Hey guys, we're back for the last lesson really of the week in the last video. So we're going to just be talking about product to sum and sum to product. So again, we're given sets of formulas and we're just going to use these formulas to help us solve these questions. So number one says to write sine of 4 theta times the cosine of 2 theta as a sum of difference. So really we're just using the product to sum formulas that were given here. Okay, we have sine times cosine. So it's going to be this formula right here. So we have sine of alpha sine of beta is equal to a half, and that's times sine of alpha plus beta plus the sine of alpha minus beta. Okay? So in this one right here, we're just going to plug in. We know alpha is 4 theta and then 2 theta is beta. Okay, so we're just going to plug those in. So we have a half times the sine of alpha plus beta, so 4 theta plus 2 theta, okay, plus the sine of alpha, which is 4 theta, minus 2 theta, which is beta. Okay, so we have a half, and then in here we have we have sine of 6 theta plus sine of 2 theta. And that's it. This is your answer. Okay? It's that simple for this one. Okay? The next one we're going to look at is cosine of 3 theta times cosine of 5 theta. Okay, and we're going to write this as a sum of difference. So we have cosine alpha times cosine beta, and we're going to be using this formula right here. So we have a half times cosine of alpha minus beta plus, oops, that's supposed to be a parenthesis. Oh, sorry, we're using this one, plus the cosine of alpha plus beta. Oh, and that should have a bracket. Okay, so you can ignore this part. Okay, so we have a half. We're just plugging in our alpha and our beta. So we have cosine of 3 theta minus 5 theta plus cosine of 3 theta plus 5 theta. See, we're just simplifying. So I have the cosine, right, of negative 2 theta plus the cosine of 8 theta. You would think we're done, right? But really, when it comes to this part right here being a negative, we can use the even odd identity, where cosine and secant are positive. Okay, so it's actually a half times cosine of 2 theta plus the cosine of 8 theta. Okay, so this is our answer right here. Let's move on to number 3 and 4, and then we're done. So now we're doing sum to product. Okay, and we're given a set of formulas again, and we're just going to be using these formulas and plugging in what we know. So we know this is alpha and this is beta. Okay, this is alpha and that's beta. Okay, so we have sine minus sine, so we're using this one. So we have sine alpha minus sine beta is equal to 2 sine alpha minus beta divided by 2 times the cosine of alpha plus beta divided by 2. Okay, and now we're just going to be plugging in what we know. So we have 2 sine, and then it's alpha, which is 4 theta minus 2 theta divided by 2 times the cosine of 4 theta plus 2 theta divided by 2. Okay, so we're just simplifying. So we have 2 sine of, we have 2 theta divided by 2 times the cosine of 6 theta divided by 2. Again, simplify 2 sine of 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we just have theta. And then times the cosine, 6 theta divided by 2 will reduce to 3 theta. Okay? Last but not least, we have evaluate the cosine of 90 degrees plus the cosine of 30 degrees. Okay, so again, this is alpha and that's beta. Cosine plus cosine, so we're going to go back up here. We're using cosine plus cosine. So cosine of alpha plus cosine of beta is 2 cosine alpha plus beta divided by 2 times the cosine of alpha minus beta divided by 2. Okay? So I'm just plugging it in. So 2 times cosine of alpha, which is 90, plus 30 divided by 2, which is cosine of alpha, which is 90, minus 30 divided by 2. So we just keep solving. So 2 cosine of, and this would be 120 divided by 2, times the cosine of 60 divided by 2. Okay, simplify it one more time. 2 cosine 120 divided by 2 is 60. And then we have cosine 60 divided by 2 is 30. Okay, but these are actual angles on our unit circle, right? So when it comes to the unit circle, we're still not done with this yet, okay? We're looking for the cosine at 60 and 30. So 60, the cosine is a half. And then the cosine at 30 is the square root of 3 over 2. Okay? So we got half and then the square root of 3 over 2. So we have times 2. Okay? So we're just going to multiply these straight across. So we have 2 times a half, which is 1, right? So we have 1 when we multiply these two, and then the square root of 3 divided by 2. So I'm left with the square root of 3 divided by 2 as my answer. That's it.